Okay, so Leen and Watin,
Yes, Miss.
we'll start with lesson number 3 today, evidence of evolution.
Evaluation.
Okay, you know the meaning of evolution. By time, whatever the things change, we call it as evolution. Now, this lesson, we are going to learn about 3 to 4 things. Because for any evolution, you need to know the evidence. How did they show? What were the proofs they have shown you? So, in this lesson, we will study about fossil evidence, structural evidence, genetic evidence, and embryological evidence. With the name itself, you can know fossil is we will study about. They have shown fossil, structural, maybe the structure of hand, the structure of body, genetic, how the DNA supported, and embryological. You know, they check the DNA of the rock. I'm sorry, the DNA leftover material, guess the age or guess something. Embryological evidence. So these are the 4 evidence we study in this lesson. Now, Leen and Watin, one of you, Watin, you read the question, and Leen, you will read the answer. 1 and 1, okay? One by one. Come on, start.
Miss Irie.
Yes?
Miss Irie.
Fossils. Identify types of fossils. It should be our first lesson.
See, the lesson here is evidence of evolution. That is lesson number 3. That lesson 3, we will study about fossil evidence, structural evidence, genetic evidence, and embryological evidence. Right now, you just start reading it. And Malak, I'm waiting for your video, the DNA video.
The DNA video. I sent it to you. The one for the DNA. I sent it to Allah.
Please, can you send it to me again? Did you speak about the DNA?
Yeah.
Honestly, I did
I'll
not.
send it again.
Yeah, send it to me again. Start reading it.
Okay, Miss. Identify different type of fossil.
Just lean.
Okay. Fossils are the remains of tracks of one living organisms.
Traces of once
Living
Traces
Describe how fossils form.
cast fossils form when an organism is covered by sediment. As time passes, more sediment is layered over the organism. Over time, minerals seep into the organism and replace the organism with stone.
Describe how scientists use fossil evidence to determine relationships between organisms.
The fossil record is the history of life in the geological past as preserved in fossils. Older fossils are in lower rock layers.
Okay. Last year when I taught fossils, I was doing you remember those experiments in the class we did with clay? We put one layer over the another layer. Do you remember?
Yeah, Miss.
Yes. Now I want you all, do you have clay at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Take 4 different colors or 2 different colors and put one above the other. Put one above the other. And then show me on the video. You can take a video or show me now and say me which one is the older fossil and which one is the newer fossil.
So like what clay? Red
Any clay.
Yeah.
So
But
that
I don't have a clay at home.
you don't have a clay at all. Okay. If you don't have a clay, What is the other idea I can give you to show this experiment? Okay, you can do something else. Do you have,
Like what?
mud or soil in your home, Vati?
Yeah,
Mud
for
or
me.
something soil?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can put a print on that with a leaf or with something and show how the cast come. Like example, if I have mud or sand, I take the cap of the water bottle and I try to fix it. Then you remove it. You see the print of the cap on the mud, right? You see,
Yeah.
yeah.
or maybe
But
some
Miss,
soil.
for the clay one, what? I didn't understand. I
will-
do have clay.
Yes, you will take.
Miss, so I bring the soil on where I put it.
You take a small plate or you take a small like a bowl, and then you put
Yeah.
sand on that, and then try to take something which gives the print, maybe some toy or some block or some bottle cover, anything which gives the print. Then you try to fix inside and take that out, and the what is left, the print is left. I want to see the print, which is called as cast, and I want to see the layers of the rock to explain the rock dating. That is the which one is the older rock and which one is the newer rock. These
Okay, Miss.
you need to do in this lesson. Last
Miss,
time
for the
I
one
did in the
for
class.
For the one for the clay, I didn't understand it. I want to do it.
Okay, I will explain you again. Wait a minute, girls. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll just come back. I changed place.
Welcome to the lesson, Evidence of Evolution. In this lesson, you will learn about methods scientists use to study how living things evolve. The vocabulary words for this lesson are fossil and fossil record. Click each word to find out more about it.
अभी तो नहीं खा Okay. So, yes, what I was explaining, you will try to do on the white screen and show you, Malak. I told you, take layers of, see, take
Okay.
example, the first layer you took, is the first layer of the clay, okay?
Different.
And then let's say you take with different color. The next layer you take, okay? And on that,
Yeah.
try to take the thick layers, okay? And then you take the other one, and then you take the other one. You have 4 layers. The first one is A, the second is B, the third is C, and the D. These are the different layers. These are what? Layers of rocks. Now tell me, which one is the oldest rock here?
A.
How we will know?
How do you know that which one is the oldest rock? Because you will
Because
have to
it's
look for
the-
that weathering and I'm sorry, erosion. And erosion. By time, because of the wind, the rocks of the red color flew and made a layer. Because of the pressure, they get compacted and become.
So the last one is going to be the oldest one, or
Yes,
no?
the last one is going to be the oldest one. After some years, the orange color one came. So of course, and it came and it set.
So the red is going after like
Yeah, it
3
came
or
on the
4
red,
is going to disappear.
and then what, my dear?
The red is going to disappear.
What?
The red layer, if there's
No, it will not disappear, my dear. Nothing will disappear. Mostly it will get compacted and cemented. It will get
how the orange is going to be the oldest one.
the
That's the
oldest
orange,
is red.
red.
The oldest is red.
Yeah.
It will get compacted and cemented. Because see, there was one more experiment we did with the sandwiches. You remember? I put bread
Yeah.
and then I put,
Yeah, and we went to the KJ.
yes, we put the cheese and then we put something salad and then we put again the bread. Okay, and we press it. We press it, and we say the pressing is called as compaction. Compacted
Yeah.
it. And then when we pressed it hard, it sticks to each other and it gets cemented. So this is how the rock is formed, especially the sedimentary rock. This is how the sedimentary rock is formed.
Miss, I have clay. I can do
Sedimentary
it
rocks
now.
have lots of fossils. Like I told you, example, this inside the cheese and everything. These are dead remains of animals or dead remains of plants. And we can even, the leaf is also compacted. All these are dead
Compacted.
plants and animals. So that's why sedimentary rocks have mostly inside the dead remains of plants and animals. Did you understand now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miss, I have clay now. Do I do it?
You can show it to me now in the class, but I want the videos, girls. I want the videos without the faces to show in the, to pass it to Miss Wada and on the Instagram.
Okay, I will see the clay.
Yes, if you want, you can show it now to me and explain what did I explain you with the
Miss, we took this lesson like not exactly,
mostly
but
the
we took it in grade 5. Why we should take these lessons again?
again, they do that, dear. That's why we are not going much in detail. I will quickly, because see, every year when you have your holidays, you forget everything. When you revise again,
Oh yeah.
then again, what
We have
happens?
to memorize.
Your mind become
Yeah,
fresh. Now, when I revise with you, Alhamdulillah, even I told last year that A is the new rock. I mean the oldest rock. But still, you have question because we forget, dear. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Miss, I bring.
A new species of blackcap, a type of
Sure.
songbird,
Tell me, Malak, what are you saying me?
I bring the clay.
Show me here, Malak.
Okay.
Can I see you here? I think I cannot see you. Yeah, we can see you now. Let me share.
I just have to open it. It has to be a different color, right? I brought brown and
Yes.
purple, green, and orange.
Yes.
Miss, are we going to have another quiz of science, or we're going only to take the final quiz?
My dear, what usually in the class, I'm taking some questions. I'm noting down your marks as quiz marks. So don't worry. And alhamdulillah, you got full mark, I guess. Mashallah, don't worry about it. Even Lean, I think you got full marks.
Okay, Miss, 1 minute. Let me show it.
Yes, I'm waiting for you here, Malak.
Okay. Do I lay them now or?
Yeah, I'm waiting. You can show them to me now in the camera. Do in front of us, take different rocks and say how this rock formed. Try to make them flat and then, yes. Say that this is the first layer of the rock and then ask us that which is. Okay, Malak, what is this?
This is A, the oldest one.
The oldest rock, the first layer of the rock. And after some years, or it take many years for the other layer by wind or by water flow to come and stick on the older rock.
On the, yeah. Then the third layer.
Then the third layer.
Then the fourth one finally.
Okay. Good, Malak. Can you show us now? Pick it up in your hand.
Yeah.
Show it to us. Okay. And explain which one is the oldest and which one is the...
The first one is the brown. Then
Okay.
the second layer comes the purple. Then the green. Then the orange.
Okay. Which one is the oldest one here?
The brown.
The brown one is the oldest one. And which is the youngest one?
The orange.
Okay, great. This is what we will never forget, inshallah, that the lowest one is the youngest rock and the top one is the youngest one. Okay?
Okay, Miss. I will not do for
Let us continue.
Maybe evolving. Bird lovers in Britain who set out bird seed in winter may be helping a new species to evolve. Most blackcaps migrate from Central Europe to Spain for the winter, but a few migrate to Britain. Recently, scientists have identified physical and genetic differences between these two bird populations. They might be on their way to becoming separate species.
We have explained how these birds, some of them, most of them went to some other country and some of them went to Britain. Maybe they are of some other species, or they met some other species and they are creating their own species now.
Some of the strongest evidence for evolution comes from fossils. But what is a fossil? A fossil is physical evidence of a living thing from long ago. Click the pictures to discover how some fossils form.
Now, Malak, between these rocks, if you put leaves, so these are fossils inside the rocks, which are called as sediment. Yeah, between these rocks, if you put some leaves or if you put some dead animal, maybe dead ant, okay?
Like
So this become a sediment
fossil.
because you pressed many of the sediments inside that. Maybe some rock materials and some fossils.
When fossils form in water or water-rich environments, they are later found in sedimentary rock. A dead organism is buried in sediment, which prevents it from decomposing completely. The sediment could also accumulate in a sandy soil environment. Layer after layer of sediment collects on and around the dead organism, holding it in place for a long period of time.
This is layers of sediment. This is what I was saying. You see, you don't see here in different colors. We show each other in different colors to know. Do you see how these layers are there in the rock, in the mountain of the rock? So those layers, the bottom one is the oldest one and the top is the youngest one. And see how they form layer upon layer. And in between them, there are many animals, there are many dead remains, and there are many, what you call as plants or many things, many rocks, many pebbles.
Eventually, the sediment changes into rock, preserving the remains of the organism. Sometimes minerals in the sediment replace the material in the organism's skeleton or other structures, eventually turning it into a rock-like copy called a cast fossil. Not all fossils are complete organisms. Some fossils only provide evidence that an organism existed, such as fossilized footprints.
Like footprints.
Many
guys.
fossils
when they put
are
footprints on the foot, like even our feet. When we walk, we leave the footprint. And maybe nobody's on that after that.
Like if you press a water, then
Yes,
you like
yes,
the word
yes.
going to be.
And sometimes it becomes hard and it leaves it forever.
Yeah.
like this, but Miss can if like a fossil or a footprint stuck in the ground like this, and another layer come.
Yes.
What will happen if you dig? Will you find it or not?
We will find it. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe it will.
How does you will find it?
Maybe it will be. See, maybe it will remain as what you call as the material will change. The material will become something else, or maybe it's just sticked onto that, like how they show you on the picture.
Sometimes an organism, such as a spider or an ant, is found in amber,
See,
which is
this is what you're saying. It's trapped inside. It's trapped inside.
fossilized tree resin. Since the organism is intact, some of its DNA may be extracted, allowing scientists to study it at a
So sometimes what they do is when they want to study something about the rock, they don't know the age of the rock. So they take that sample, what you told me, right? Imagine some ant died inside that. So they take the DNA and they see the age of the rock. And when they see the age of the rock, the age of the animal with the age of the rock, they compare and they see the age of the animal with the age of the rock. So what happened is, by this, they know the exact, not the exact, but the approximate age of the rock.
genetic level. The fossil record shows
This is what you do. This is what you did now. This is earlier and this is later. This is the oldest, the youngest. By doing some experiment, you will understand more well. I don't have to explain now anything. Everything is very clear inside your mind. And this is called as relative dating. To know the age of the rock is called relative dating because you're relating, you're comparing the date.
how organisms have changed over millions of years. Fossils form in sediments that are laid down in layers. By knowing how old the layer is, you know how old the fossil is, and when the creature that became the fossil lived. Fossils found in the same layer of rock must come from organisms that lived around the same time. Fossils found below a given layer must come from organisms that lived at an earlier time, while fossils found above a layer must have come from organisms that lived later in time. When scientists look at the fossil record, they see that more recent layers contain fossils of organisms that are similar to modern-day organisms. However, older layers have fewer organisms like those we see today, and more extinct organisms.
Of course, the older layers will have extinct organisms when you compare to the now layers. Okay. By this, we end the class. The time flew very quickly. Inshallah, I'll continue tomorrow's class. Any questions?
Miss, is there any chance that, like, if there's a spider, it's be stuck in there, and there's another layer come? Is there any chance to be alive?
No, dear, because there will be no oxygen and finally they have to die. There's no chance they'll be alive after years. Okay?
How many, like, they can stay alive in there?
It depends upon the organism's ability. Like human being, maybe 3 days, or they say that after, there was a disaster, there was a baby dig inside, and after so many days, we took him out and he was healthy. You remember? Even in the Lebanon, what happened a few days ago, they found many of the dead bodies alive after some days. So it depends on the person's ability. And of course, after all, Allah's wish. Take care of yourself. Have a nice day. Enjoy your day. Thank you so much, guys.
Bye, Miss.
Bye-bye, dear.
Bye.